Hi, Zesties. Well, I wasn't going to eat on camera today, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. Every video I make, I get at least like one subscriber or follower or whoever, so might as well. And I look a mess. I am a mess, okay? But at least I'm eating good. Here's that banana soda that I'm still very, very happy that they sell this out here in the country. Well, I had these 2 pork chops that I had to use, or they'd have to get frozen or eaten. So I decided to do smothered pork chops, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. So I actually smothered the pork chops today, like they simmered in the gravy and everything. I have another, but it didn't really fit on the plate, so I'll probably grab it at a later time. That's the thing about smothering or putting the gravy. It's hard to see where the bones are and where the meat is. Come on, pork chop. I know you can work with me here. Let's see. Mmm. Mmm. That gravy's good today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. That's good. Ooh. Not gonna lie at all, guys. That's good, good. Mm. I need to think of another side, though, because like I said, broccoli I don't think is really my thing. And I don't like greens. But I need something green on the side. I don't know if it'll be asparagus. You guys. My food is so good. It's crazy. This is so good. See, there's that bone in there, and I can't really tell where. Okay, let's see. What is this? A tiny... Oh, here it is. Okay. Mmm. Mmm. That gravy is good. I mean, really. Obviously, I cooked it, but I would be honest. If it wasn't good, I would tell you. Yum, you guys. This is like a 9 out of 10. Woo. It sucks because I've been too busy to record my videos, like cooking videos, but maybe I should start going live while I'm cooking. You guys. So freaking good. And I made 2 pork chops because, like I said, I had to like eat them or they were gonna go bad or I'd have to freeze them or whatever. I wonder if I have room for 2. You know what? I'm gonna eat both. I'm gonna eat both. You know what annoys me? Like, at supermarkets and stuff, like nothing is made for single people. Like the pork chops, which were dirt cheap and came with like 8 or 9 of them. But you know, trying to get some veggies up on here. They didn't sell any single pork chops, 1 pork chop, 2 pork chop, just like 8, not like, you know, big, huge packs of them. And then I end up with a lot of food. And I'm only one person. Ooh, man, you guys. My only complaint is I did make the mashed potatoes too creamy, which I typically do. And then I try to thicken them with cheese, but like yesterday I had a lot more cheese and I didn't quite thicken them like I'd like. You know, I like it thick. Trying to get those veggies on there. It sucks though, because now that I started smothering, I can't fry anything without thinking, I should smother it. You know, like I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just fry it. Maybe I'll just bake them. But then I'm like, no, I want to fry them. And then I'm like, wait, you know, I might as well smother them. Man. I wish you guys could taste this. You guys want to know something? I can't speak about this group of people because they're very, very sensitive about this subject. And I'm not talking about my people, I'm talking about another group that if they knew what I'm saying, they would just be all over here. Maybe one day you'll see them. But there's a particular group of people that really does not like seasoning. Oh! That's why it looked weird. That's too big of a piece of fat. But there's a particular group of people that really doesn't like seasoning. And like I said, I'm not talking about my people. In fact, this group of people dislike seasoning way more than my people ever could. And this group of people cooks really, really bad food. And I often argue with this group of people about seasonings, which I was doing the couple days. I always get in arguments about seasonings, though. That's like just a thing that I do. The unseasoned just annoy me. But you know, I have a friend who's never used, well, no, he's never used seasoning or tasted it. Anything other than salt, that is, or fresh garlic. But this particular group of people are afraid of powdered seasonings because of the anti-caking agent in it. That like scares them. They don't even know how seasoning works too, like I told them, because like I season my rice, I season everything. And they commented on the color of my rice, and I said, you know, it's extra good today when I'm sucking on the bone like that. Woo, today is good. One second, let me get that other pork chop. But anyway, so they commented on the color of my rice. I told them that the color of the rice had changed because I seasoned it. And they were like, oh, you put food coloring in the rice? And that made me so sad. I'm like, dang, they don't even know how seasoning, like they've never experienced seasoning. They don't know that natural seasonings can change the color of food. And trust me, this group of people, their food is no color, no nothing. And this particular group of people does not like American food. And I hope I'm not giving away who they are, but whatever. In any case, I've been arguing with this group of people the past couple of days while I've been cooking my food. And when I eat something like this, I'm just like, you know, I feel so bad for the unseasoned. Like, I really, really deeply feel bad for them. When I eat something so delicious and so seasoned like this, it just makes me sad that there are people out there that will never experience it. you know. I'm curious though, because I haven't really gone doing my restaurant reviews, but they say everyone in the South seasons, and I want to find out if that's true. Because I really miss Florida. However, if I'm truly man, the potatoes are freaking good. I spoke too soon. They're perfect. I don't care if they're too creamy. They're perfect for me. Dang, man. But you know, if I'm living in an area where everyone seasons, like if it's true what they say, like for example, if there's no such thing as an unseasoned restaurant, because in Florida, probably a majority of the restaurants are, in most of the United States, probably most of the restaurants are unseasoned. Like probably 9 out of 10 restaurants believe in all that stuff. Oh, powdered seasoning is horrible. I only use fresh garlic, and oh, you only need salt, and you know what I mean? Like most of the United States cooks like this. So in Florida, it was something I had to think about every time I went to a restaurant. Do they believe in all that unseasoned stuff? Where are my veggies? Did I eat all the veggies? Also, I don't know, but like that first thing of gravy that I got was better. The second part of the gravy, like at the bottom of the pan, was a lot like clumpier, and I don't know why. Can a Southerner tell me why is that? This one was at the bottom of the pan, so I don't know if the breading fell off of it or something. I don't know. Whatever. But you know, in Florida, I really had to think about that. Am I going to an unseasoned restaurant? And most of them are. So if I'm living in a place where there's like no such thing as an unseasoned restaurant, like I can go to any restaurant and the quality, whatever, like, you know, I'm sure that there are good and bad restaurants here, but if every single one of them is seasoned, that's a big plus for me. But yeah, just makes me sad that there are people that'll never experience food like this. Whew. So freaking good. And you know, I haven't been doing my restaurant reviews just because I've been busy and my life's just I'm kind of in a weird spot of life or whatever. in my midlife crisis, even though I've been saying that for like years now. There's no more veggies? I think I did eat all the freaking veggies. But anyway, you know, I've been cooking and I've been doing my thing with the cooking. Want to know something else I thought about that was funny? Like, anyone who cooks and posts their food and stuff has haters. Typically, haters can't cook. I've never seen someone who hates on like food posts or whatever that can cook. I'm sure they exist, I've just never seen them. But I feel like this, what I'm doing, these are the best cooks. Period. Because not only do I take pictures and videos, but I eat it on camera. And it would be hard for me to like lie to you guys if it was bad. But like this particular friend I was talking about, who I've been arguing with about seasonings. Well, we always argue about seasonings, but I don't know why, but the unseasoned get mad. The unseasoned get really mad when you talk about seasonings and stuff. But you know, he's been hating on my food for a long time. And I've been always saying, hey, well, I want to see pictures of your food. Because I know it's bad. I've been doing this long enough to know that the louder they hate, the worse they cook, typically. I finally got him to send me a picture of food he cooked, and it looked, I mean, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I just thought that was so funny. Like, oh my gosh, I knew it. I knew it. Man. But when I eat some food like this, I just feel bad for him. And people like him. Imagine there's whole countries like that. There's whole huge parts of the world where they've never experienced seasoning, ever. Not only that, they're like super against it, you know? I was even talking to a friend today, and the seasoning came up, and like I said, like he wasn't mad, but like I said, the unseasoned don't like when you talk about seasonings. And he was saying like, oh, salt is the only seasoning you need, and seasonings are gross, and whatever. And I was just thinking, that's so sad. I just could never imagine that. I don't use very much salt either, you know what I mean? Like, I try to only use seasonings that don't have salt. Jeez, this food was good today, you guys. I try to use seasonings that only have salt or don't have salt. And then add my own salt at the end. And like in this, I think the only thing that had salt was one of the, I used a seasoning blend on the broccoli that had salt in it. The gravy didn't have, the pork chops themselves didn't have any salt. But I did put a little bit of salt in the gravy just because. So freaking good, you guys. It just doesn't have that oomph, you know, without it. But I think it might be even healthier seasoning, or like what I do. Season the hell out of it. You only need a little salt. That's healthier than the unseasoned, who don't use any seasoning other than salt, but they tend to heavily use it. I'm getting full, you guys, but this is so freaking good. I'm so happy I did this because, you know, sometimes when I'm cooking, and like today it took longer than I thought, or I spent too much time in the kitchen, which I tend to do. And I was like, oh, you know, I should be doing something else or whatever. But you know what? I'm a very depressed person and have a lot of serious problems. That, depending on how many of my videos you've watched, you either know or don't know about. But if you continue to watch, you likely will know about them. But you know, it's hard to be depressed when you're eating good like this. This like is my antidepressant basically. Dang, the food was so good today though, you guys. I mean, really. This was really good. It even continues to be good because like little pieces of the pork chop fell off. Man, you guys. I can't even believe how good this is. I outdid myself here. I don't know if I can finish it though, but I'm really full. Like I said in my last video, here's one of my problems. I have this broken finger. 5 years. To be honest, I want my finger amputated, but I gave up because the doctors say that I'm crazy or whatever, but I don't really see why when my finger hasn't worked in 5 years. But anyway, I'm lucky to be 150 pounds. Because this is not 150 pound behavior. I guess it's just because I'm, it's against the rules. I have to be slender. Gosh, this food was so good, and the seasoning was just so perfect on everything. I really need to... Sorry if I flipped you off. Dang, guys. I really need to do all my cooking videos, like edit my cooking videos so I can free up the space so I can do more cooking videos. If you've made it this far, bug me down in the comments. Edit your cooking videos, free up space so that you can do more cooking videos, because I've done a long video on the smothered pork chops, but you guys need a short video on that. And I was like, oh, I've already made a video on this, so why should I do another? But now I'm like, dang, I really, really should have done a smothered pork chop video. Oh, well. Hey, I did a mukbang, so good enough. But anyway, man, that food was good, Zesties. Really. I mean, I outdid myself. That was incredible. Dang. I am like almost as satisfied as one could be. Food-wise. That was just amazing. Bye, Zesties.